Hey everybody! You know, I was getting so many comments on the classroom design just from the little short intro of that pencil sharpener video that I wanted to give you a formal tour of my new classroom because I'm so excited about the design and everything that this room has to offer. So the first thing I wanted to show you was this wall that is glass. And as you can see, it slides open. But my thought process was to use it as a whiteboard with these markers. I found these when I get my car washed every Saturday morning, and at the dealer, when you drive up there, they mark on your windshield with these markers, and I saw it one day. I'm like, that is it. That's what I need to do. So if you have windows in your classroom, get a hold of these markers. They're called Paska Markers, and they're from Japan. They're liquid chalk, so they write on the windows and then they wipe right off with a little water and a towel. Tip number 2. Okay, let's go over here to this side over here. Okay, so in this corner of the room, I have some traditional desks set up, and everything is very purposeful in my design, my classroom design. So I have these little pods of desks. This is a 4 group, 4 top for all you restaurateurs, and they're all facing each other. And the reason that we do that is because we want to encourage collaboration, right? So not rows, but facing each other in small groups where it's meaningful. So not side by side either, but facing each other. So we're encouraging collaboration. And I got 2 4 tops right here. This is my prize bulletin board this year. I made this out of fence posts and little mini chalkboards, as you can see. And I got the numbers from Lakeshore, and same with the month. But I just got some wood fencing, cut them in half, nailed a couple of nails to hold the chalkboards, and then put it up on the wall. So I love this thing. Over here, this situation was, I think everybody uses these 12 by 12 backings for their student work, and I was too cheap, like many times, and so I thought this would be cool if we just kind of not really how it happened. I was at Michael's. I didn't want to spend 79 cents a piece to get all the same color, but they had a book that was like, it was 20 bucks, but it had like, I don't know how many, a lot. But they didn't have enough of the same color, so I created this kind of ombre kind of situation. Okay, up here in the front I got 3 whiteboards and a projector that projects into this middle spot. And if you ever have the option of deciding where to project your projector, whiteboard is a great place, because then you can annotate onto the projected image. You know what I'm saying? The other thing that I'm super excited about is magnetic whiteboards. No? Hey, for those of you that ever worked in a portable, you understand why I'm so excited about this, right? Magnetic whiteboard. Let's go over here. Okay, so over here you'll notice that there is no teacher desk. And do you know why I did that? The first day that I got in here, there was the full desk with the return, and then another table right over here. But if you think about it, what teacher sits down while they teach, right? And even when you're done teaching and you need to do some administrative work, really, can you not just sit at a desk? Because how much of that do you really do? So I got rid of my desk and I got the shelf, and so this is going to act as my teacher workstation to hold the district laptop that they provide. But if you think really about the space that you're freeing up. I freed up about 100 square feet of valuable learning space. And I was able to put a whole nother group of students in here that can sit comfortably and collaborate. So that's why I got rid of my teacher desk. And I think you should too. Okay, I don't know if you can really get the scale of this map, but it's giant. It's a big, giant map. And I saw one of these in, they used to have them in the classrooms at Cal State Fullerton. I don't know if they still do, but they went from floor to ceiling. And I always thought those were really cool maps. So I started looking into them, and I found them from National Geographic, but they're super expensive. Although it's kind of worth, it's 3 panels, and it's made out of that vinyl, like wallpaper kind of vinyl-y material, so super heavy duty and worth the money. I think they're like 150 bucks or something like that. They did not make any wall space in this classroom long enough to house this thing though. So there's a control panel over there for the audio visual on the wall. And over here, there's a clock in the middle of the wall. So I had to cut my map. It was a super sad day. I was very emotional about it. But my student teacher figured out a way that I didn't have to cut it all the way. I just cut 2 strips and then folded it underneath. Brilliant. Brilliant. Let's go over here. Okay, so over here, we got another group of desks, and this is something that I purchased for my room. It is a 50-inch flat screen TV with a mini Mac hooked up to it. And it's on a rolling cart, so you can move this thing. And the purpose that it serves is sometimes there's kids that cannot see the board. So I'll mirror that board up to here. And then, you know, because it moves all around. And so they're able to view whatever we're watching on there. The other way that you can use this is because it has a computer hooked up to it, you can roll it up to any one of these little collaborative groups that I have, and they can use this as a computer right at their group, because it has I got a wireless keyboard and trackpad for this thing too. So yes, I've spent a little dough in here. Back here, you see that these windows have a screen on them. They go up and down. Isn't that cool or what? Yeah, you just push a button and boop, goes right back up. Over here, let's look over here. Okay, I don't know, this is like the sink area, and I don't know how do they get away with not having a sink in the classroom when you're in a portable? That's a good question, Mr. N. All right, so back here, this is just paper that they sell this year at Lakeshore. So shout out to Patty and Lakeshore, good job on this backing over here. And I've had more than one person ask me, how'd you put that wood up there? Because I have wood over there on the wall. And I'm like, it's just paper. And they're like, oh my gosh. So then they have to walk over there and take a look at it. But right here, this is a chalkboard. I'm gonna write some quotes on here every day. Yeah, right. I'm gonna write some quotes on here every quarter. This is my wonderful 5th grade team from Stonegate, and some good memories from this class. And then up here, every person that buys a house apparently in Beacon Park gets one of these orange bikes. So I found this at Hobby Lobby and just painted it orange. Thought it was kind of cool. All right, let's go over here. Okay, so over here, magnetic whiteboards once again. It's pretty typical. There's 4 whiteboards back here, and they all open up to cabinet space back here. I wish that they had made this accessible for storage, but they said it was too high, and at the last school that they built, they didn't really use them. So I'm like, later on that, they should totally open up so you can shove junk in there, because you know how teachers are. We like to keep stuff. Oh, let me show you this down here. So here we have some cubbies, and there's 42 of them. 42? Yes, 42 of them. 3 rows of 14. See how I did that? That's CGI, baby. So in lieu of not having desks, wait, does that make sense? Because I have desks, I turn them around because we have these things. So I don't know, how am I explaining this? This is not going well. Okay, I have desks. I did not want desks, but they came in and, you know, it is what it is. So I turn them around. They're facing the wrong way because we're going to use this as their storage spot. Ding! Okay, so I got 3 stand-up tables, and as you can see, they're beautiful butcher block stand-up tables. And I got some seating, which these are really nice. And if you're going to get seating like this, make sure that they have a footrest. Super important. There's also a support that goes down the middle that can act as a footrest as well. But if you see, these things can be put up like that, so the janitor can vacuum underneath. Custodian, excuse me, and they can also be stacked like that. But that's super neat, huh? Okay, so this is the back of the room. Let me show you this right here because this is kind of interesting. Okay, so over here, this hole right here, this was meant originally to house a cart, like a laptop cart, Chromebook cart, iPad cart. It's supposed to go right in there. But who's the smart person that didn't take the right measurements, because it apparently does not fit in there. I guess maybe they measured a different cart. Well, of course, all these carts come in different sizes, right? Anyways, it just happens to fit this bookshelf perfectly. And for those of you that know me, I don't have a bookshelf usually in here either. So if you do have one, sorry, but they do fit in here perfectly. All right, let's talk about the middle of the room, the lounge. Okay, so this is right smack in the middle of my classroom, and it's used as a reward, but it's also used mostly as a place, a comfortable place to come and bounce ideas off each other and collaborate. So kids work here. We have 1, 2, 4, about 5 people can fit here, a couple people on the ground maybe. I don't know. I don't sit here usually. It's usually a group of students, and it's just a really comfortable atmosphere because, you know, the vibe that I was trying to go for was just a really relaxed anti-classroom, and I think that I came up with this. You'll notice also the fabric on here is a leather and leather for you know what. I just got this one this year, so this lamp, this big lamp, I got this from IKEA, and I just thought it was kind of a nice statement piece for this thing. But overall, I'm really happy with this room. I think it's going to be a great place of learning, and I can't wait to have kids in here actually working. I think they're going to really enjoy being in this space. Thanks for visiting my classroom. I hope to meet some of you and see your classrooms and get some ideas from you too. But until then, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe below.